No, I didn't know if there's any more F.
Midbrain,
The transverse.
pons, medulla.
We don't need to know the transverse.
Yeah, we don't.
Midbrain, pons, medulla. Okay? So midbrain, several things. You have,
You might have been from a previous semester because we only need to know.
what you're going to see is on here, this is the area of the diencephalon. This is where the third ventricle is, and there you can see the third ventricle with fluid in it. This right here is the fourth ventricle, right behind the pons. Here's the pons, fourth ventricle. Here's the midbrain right here, and then this is the medulla. Notice the fluid in the third ventricle is going to connect with the fourth ventricle, and it does it through this little slot here, and that's the cerebral aqueduct. So here's the cerebral aqueduct here. Here it is right here, because this is your midbrain. Okay. Midbrain. See those four little bulges there? And posterior. This is anterior on the posterior surface. Four little bulges. Corpora quadrigemini. The two superior bulges are the superior colliculus. Inferior bulges are the inferior colliculus. They all together make the corpora quadrigemini. Okay. This right here, where these fibers are coming up, and right here, okay, that's your cerebral pedicle. Okay.
So what does pedicle mean?
Pedicle is like you're holding something, you know, like a pedicle, but these are just fibers because it reminded them of a pedicle.
Okay.
You know, is one. You know.
Okay.
Okay. So the next section then basically is pons, and that's this thing. Here's the pons. The question you'll see is what sits just posterior to the pons? Fourth ventricle. Posterior to the fourth ventricle, cerebellum. And so, I forgot, you're going to need this. I didn't put this on here. So the cerebellum is sitting right back like this. Okay, hanging off that pons. Okay, so there's your cerebellum. In the cerebellum, you've got several things you need to know. Here's the cerebellum. You see all these little folds in it? That's called folia. Okay, the folia. See this little thing here? It kind of looks like a worm. That's called the vermis. Okay. And then if you cut this guy, you'll see this looks like this white in here. Okay. Somebody reminded that of a tree, and they called it the tree of life. So that's your arbor vitae. Arbor vitae. This cerebellum sits on attaches by pedicles. They call it a pedicle. Okay, and so you got several different types. We just want you to know one. That would be this one here would be the middle pedicle, and on this would be the middle pedicle here and here. Here you can see that cerebral aqueduct. Here is just the part of the corpus quadrigemini, superior colliculus, inferior colliculus on only one side. Okay. Again, pons. Okay. Again, fourth ventricle would be this area right here. See that space? That's fourth ventricle. Okay. Fourth ventricle. For the medulla oblongata, that's this area. The two things you need to know there is this little bulge on both sides. It's kind of brownish red. That's an olive. Must remind them of an olive. And then see these columns in between? They don't call them columns, they call them pyramids. And so that's the medullary pyramids right there and there. So on this model, here is the olive, and these are the medullary pyramids. Okay? I'll let you guys work on the questions on the back.